Hello, and thank you for watching this July 11th weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I am a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. Well, this past week has certainly had its fill of incredible weather events. This picture went viral earlier in the week, which shows a stadium in China that is filled with floodwaters. This flood event has claimed over 180 lives, impacted 32 million people, and cost a total of $7 billion, according to numerous articles by the Associated Press. There was a large market reaction in the price of soybean meal as well, as reports funneled in with large numbers of dead livestock and farm fish. Then, these pictures surfaced of an Airbus A320 that flew into the hail core of a thunderstorm in China. Not only did it crush the windshield of the plane, but it nearly stripped all of the paint off of the nose. Now, back in the States, a line of nasty storms passed through North and South Dakota on Sunday. This photo is courtesy of the Ohio Storm Chasers and shows the siding and windows destroyed on this home near Killdeer, North Dakota, while piles of hail accumulate on the ground and hail fog forms. Okay, so let's bring this back to the bigger picture. The last 2 weeks have sent the corn and bean markets on a roller coaster ride. After a very warm and dry June in many parts of the Corn Belt, July has arrived cool and wet. Here's the last 14 days of rainfall, expressed as a percent of normal, and essentially, water stresses over this time have been regional and not widespread. Regions that were dry have been getting rains, which is preventing major yield losses in those areas. However, this does not mean that the corn everywhere is in great shape. The next 3 weeks is critical as late planted corn in the southern part of the belt and nearly all of the corn in the northern half of the Corn Belt is going to tassel and pollination is beginning. Let's see what we're looking at in terms of precipitation for the next 7 days. Thunderstorm complexes are forecast to develop along a cold front that drapes south from a large low-pressure system that is forming along the U.S.-Canada border on Monday. This front will serve as the trigger for storms in Iowa and Missouri on Monday night into Tuesday that could locally drop a lot of rain. These storms have the potential to be severe as well. Here's the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for Monday. Current forecasts prevent much of this thunderstorm activity from making it through Illinois and into Indiana and Ohio through the first part of the week, but scattered storms are in the forecast for the end of the week for these states as the heat comes back on after the cooler weekend we just had. Now, ahead of this front, the heat really builds. This animation is showing the temperature forecast every 3 hours through Thursday morning. Notice the large swath of 90+ degree Fahrenheit heat that hits the southern part of the Corn Belt. Meanwhile, triple-digit temperatures build in the southern plains. However, the front finally passes through most of the Corn Belt by the end of the week, cooling things down again for next weekend. So, it's the next week where things get interesting in terms of temperatures. With a large percentage of the corn crop in its reproductive stages, untimely heat stress can impact yields. This map shows the position of the next ridge that develops around Tuesday of next week. So we're looking at about a 7 to 8 day forecast here, but the models have consistently forecast the development of yet another central United States ridge. One of the big differences between this ridge and the ridges we dealt with in June is that this ridge will initially migrate to the east and set up right on top of the Midwest. Here's the forecast position of the ridge by Saturday, July 23rd. If this forecast holds true, this not only brings very warm temperatures to the Corn Belt, but it has the potential to suppress rainfall for several days. Now, we must watch the formation and position of this ridge closely over the coming days, as this is a forecast that's more than 10 days into the future. A lot can change, but given how volatile the markets have been, when the NOAA Week 2 temperature and precipitation forecasts look like this during pollination, we need to keep a close eye on any sort of movement in the market, as many people look at maps like this and see the potential for adversity in the current corn crop. Well, as always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our morning farm report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.